and welcome to Life of a Diplomat. I am Ainuri Mangali. Today we have a guest whose diverse experience in foreign affairs, crisis management and security policy has given him a unique perspective on the Central Asian region. As a strong believer in diplomacy and the power of multilateralism, he sees his role as creating economic opportunities and fostering partnerships between Finland and Kazakhstan. Joining me today is the ambassador of Finland to Kazakhstan, Janne Heiskanen. Let's get started.
Over the past few years, obviously, then new kind of attention has been paid to Central Asia and Kazakhstan, especially from Finland and from Europe overall. I believe Finland and Kazakhstan have a lot to give to each other. The main aim is that I would be able to leave this country and seeing that things are actually better than they were before I came. This is one of the main tasks that I was given when I 1 year ago arrived as the Finnish ambassador here in Astana.
So what has impressed you so far?
Part of the culture, of the nomad culture, what really has struck me is the hospitality, the friendliness of people.
Hello, the ambassador.
Hello, hello. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
My name is Janne. Welcome to the Finnish residence.
Yes, and welcome to the program Life of a Diplomat.
Thank you, thank you. I've been looking forward to this.
Great.
Let's go this way.
Let's go. Kazakh or Finnish metal music?
Finnish metal music.
Nowruz celebration or Midsummer festival?
Midsummer festival.
Astana's futuristic skyline or Helsinki's Nordic design?
Helsinki. I go for Helsinki.
Yeah. Asat, which is knucklebone game, or Mölkki?
Mölkky.
Great. Northern Lights over Lapland or sunrise over the Kazakh steppe?
Sunrise over the Kazakh steppe.
Great. Slavonian folk songs around the lakes or Kazakh dombra melodies on the steppe?
Dombra is good.
Great. Borsak with tea or a cinnamon bun with coffee?
Cinnamon bun and coffee.
Kazakh yurt, this is an interesting one. Kazakh yurt or Finnish sauna?
Sauna.
Kazakh hospitality or Finnish sisu spirit?
Kazakh hospitality.
And village hospitality or cottage coziness?
Cottage.
The ambassador, thank you very much for sharing your time with us today. Let us start our conversation with discussing bilateral cooperation. It's very important. We know that Finland is well known for its expertise in sustainability, clean technologies and digital innovation. And my question here is, how do you think Finnish companies now can contribute into Kazakhstan's economy and its modernization efforts with all that expertise you have in your country?
Okay. Well, before jumping into the business, thank you so much for coming. It's really a pleasure to host you here at the residence. There are certain similarities, as I see it, and differences between Finland and Kazakhstan. Obviously, the size of the country and size of the people, but there are similarities with the climate, similarities with the history. And these are reflected in the structure of the Finnish economy and also the companies that we have. The whole green technology, the fight against the climate change is very dear to us, and I know in Kazakhstan you are very worried about that as well. We have developed a variety of technologies by a number of companies who are operating worldwide, who really have the knowledge and specific equipment and the qualities that would be suitable for Kazakhstan as well, and the conditions of the climate here. So this is one of the main tasks that I was given when I 1 year ago arrived as the Finnish ambassador here in Astana.
And to begin with, what do you think is the core pillars of our bilateral cooperation, our diplomatic relations? Let's begin with that.
Core pillars perhaps are related to our common history. Even though we have a few thousand kilometers distance, actually we have only one country separating us. So back then when I first left to work in Central Asia, my mother was worried and she looked at the map and she said, oh, but it's almost a neighboring country, so it's just fine. So we are close to each other.
Great, yeah.
We both have a peculiar positions in the world. We have our own interests. Kazakhstan has said aloud that they and what we have seen with the actions of President Tokayev, they are doing their policy in a multivectoral way. They are looking for partners. They believe in friendly relations. They believe in cooperation, and this is what Finland has been doing for decades. We are a small country that got independence only a little bit over 100 years ago, and there have been different stages in our history, but somehow Central Asia, even though it is a little bit far away, it has remained its position as, let's say, on the radar of Finland. And now, over the past few years, obviously, then new kind of attention has been paid to Central Asia and Kazakhstan, especially from Finland and from Europe overall. Bilaterally, our relations have been quite friendly. We have no problems at all, and I told some colleagues that this is probably one of the easiest countries to come as a new ambassador. When especially
with all of your experience you have,
especially now that we've seen, as you mentioned, that you just arrived back from New York, where our presidents again met and had a very fruitful conversation. So, if I look at it as a professional diplomat, the cooperation and the contacts are there, and for me, my role here is to just make sure that it stays like that, and also come up with, if I only can, with some of these ideas that you were asking me. Where do I see the whole thing going, and how the embassy and myself could contribute then to further developing and expanding these relations.
Yes, exactly. You've mentioned the meeting between presidents of Kazakhstan and Finland in the framework of the UN's General Assembly in New York. So previously, what have you informed your government about the latest development here in this country? So maybe something in particular.
What I've been informing is that there is a very ambitious development plan of the country that is going on. So it ranges from industry and economic development to how to develop the country as a functioning democracy. How also, of course, I should mention the multilateral field. So United Nations or the OSCE, where Finland has held the chairpersonship this year. This cooperation has been going on for years, and we have found lots of common ground with Kazakhstan. And Kazakhstan has been a reliable partner for us in those fields as well.
So, dear Ambassador, I see this is your place of work, essentially, and here very interesting Kazakh motifs, Kazakh paintings, and Kazakh handwork. So just tell us more about it. Petroglyphs, exactly. Yes. So, tell about it. How did they end up here in your residence?
These things have ended up over the year. This one is from Turkestan, as is written there. We had a chance to make a tour with other European ambassadors to Shymkent and Turkestan in spring, and this was actually a gift from the Akim of Turkestan. We really like the motifs, these petroglyphs, which then open the long history of Kazakhstan as well, and the ancient art and all the culture that existed here before the colonial period started, and the whole history of the Kazakh nation. I mean, we like this a lot, and that's why it has a very central place here. In our home
so
office.
you visited Turkestan, and it's like a spiritual center of Kazakhstan and all Central Asia. So, what was your impression of that?
It's a part of the common history that the Central Asian countries share and enjoy. I've been to Samarkand a couple of times, a long time ago, and you can see the continuum going to Tajikistan and also Afghanistan, how they shared the common cultural space partly. Of course, there are different nations, different languages, but the whole, even up to the Silk Road era, how culture, ideas, trade was flowing in this region. It's fascinating.
So you're also a non-resident ambassador to Kyrgyzstan, and I wanted to talk about this regional cooperation, regional integration topic. So how do you see your role in promoting regional cooperation here in this part of the world?
I have the honor of being being the ambassador in Kyrgyzstan as well. I have worked in Kyrgyzstan and with the Kyrgyz people some 20-25 years ago before, so it also has a warm place in my heart. So that was one of the reasons, to be honest, that also made me interested in this job in Astana, even though of course most of my work and the time and effort goes to our relations with Kazakhstan. Kyrgyzstan is an essential part of the, if I may call it, a puzzle here in Central Asia. What I have tried to do and what Finland and my predecessors have tried to do is to market and inform and share the experience that Finland and other Nordic countries have about cooperation. How far we have moved since 1950s when Finland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Iceland formed practically a union. We have a well-functioning open economy even before most of us joined the European Union. There are no passport needed. That there are hardly any borders actually. So you can just walk over the river and you're in Sweden, and you practically don't even notice in which country. Sometimes I feel you are there. So I have been very, very happy to see now how much change there has been in Central Asia since the previous time, about 20 years ago when I worked here. There was the opening of these wonderful games in September, which was one of the first events that I attended as ambassador.
Oh, really?
And I was just watching that there are presidents from neighboring Central European states, and I was very happy to see that. And now with the border agreements that Kyrgyzstan has signed with Uzbekistan and also with Tajikistan, those are really welcome and important developments. The cooperation is the key, and who we should have good cooperation except your neighbors.
What sectors you think are most promising for expanding our trade and our investments here in Kazakhstan in terms of, maybe some related to AI, some related to, again, clean energy, digital innovation, and something in particular that you think is of the most interest for Finland?
I can mention a few. I would have a long list, but we can spare that to another occasion. So the whole green technology, the green transition is something that we can help Kazakhstan with, and I'm referring to energy. We have solutions where Kazakhstan also would be able to utilize more traditional means of energy and electricity production combined to sustainable solutions, and how to combine them so that we have a really well-working combination with that, with the reserve energy and all that. Then mining industry is another one. Even though we are not as big at all in mining as Kazakhstan or some of our partners as well, what we have really concentrated on is how to do it efficiently and in a pure way, so that we get the most out of what we are digging, but also then the remnants, be them soil or be them the water that is used there, can be cleansed. And the water can be cleansed with our technologies, even up to the point that it can be drinkable after this purification. So this is something we can work on. Well, you mentioned digitalization. This is something that we are advanced. The whole let's say, process management of various industrial processes. AI is coming up, as you mentioned, that this is something actually that I believe that we could work on. We would have things that both Finland and Kazakhstan could learn from each other. So this is something that I intend to look into during my years here.
Let us talk about cultural diplomacy. Culture and education, I think, also a very important parts of cooperation between countries. And with your background in foreign affairs and crisis management, how do you see cultural and educational exchanges supporting Finland's strategic goals in Kazakhstan?
We are trying to do cultural cooperation here as well, and have some plans of inviting Finnish artists here. And at last year's Independence Day reception, we had cooperation with the opera here in Astana, and asked them to play some Finnish music by our famous composer Jan Sibelius, and I had a ballet performance there. So this is something that I would like to pursue in the future as well.
The ambassador, I think now it's time to discuss your diplomatic background as well. We're very interested on what have led you into diplomacy. You've joined the diplomatic services quite a long time ago. So what was the first thing that led you to this path, and what does it mean for you to represent your country abroad?
If I say that this is a series of coincidences why I'm here at the moment, it might be a little bit overstating it, but it's not completely far away from the truth. From the very little boy, I've been interested in all things related to the society, related to history, related to geography, related to other countries. And then when the school was getting closer to the end, I was trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life, what kind of profession might it be, and I never actually came up with a concrete answer. So I went to the university to study international politics and history. And one thing led to another. I got a job at the Ministry for Foreign Affairs first. My career is a little bit like divided in two, so it's not your standard diplomatic career. So I started working with international organizations. So I was with the OSCE, with the UNDP, doing some development bank work as well abroad. And then what happened was I met with my lovely wife-to-be, and we were wondering what to do. This cannot continue. We need to find something permanent. And then I was working for the ministry for Finland, actually in Afghanistan back then. And the idea then came up that why don't we try to make this a little bit more permanent? And I was lucky and privileged, and they accepted me to the career. So that was now, 15 years ago.
What are the main lessons you've taken from all that completely different environment, completely different societies, right? Completely different countries and nations. So what are the main lessons you've taken with you from all of those destinations?
Ultimately, people are similar. They have the basic needs that need to be fulfilled. People have rights. They also have obligations to the society, but it's our common responsibility to try to build a functioning society where people can live normal lives and even prosper and definitely offer a good life for their children as well. Cultures are different, though. This is another thing I need to mention. I have worked in a number of countries with the people from different backgrounds, and that is something that, of course, affects my work as a diplomat. It's a lot easier if you don't walk into a foreign country and expect that everybody is Finnish and behaves in the Finnish way and with the different values. So it's diplomacy is a little bit of a give and take situation here. It's about the art of compromises and finding the common grounds and common interests and trying to promote them.
Yeah, that's very important. And talking about here your current posting in Astana, what would be your top 3 objectives you set for yourself till the end of the mission? I want to achieve this, that, and that.
What would be my vision of what the situation is after 3 years? If we start with the concrete things, I would like to see our trade develop. I believe Finland and Kazakhstan have a lot to give to each other. We have lots of know-how and we can develop those together. Then we discussed earlier the bilateral relations. I believe we have lots of values and aims in the world that we share. I would like to see this ongoing contacts that are getting stronger and stronger continue and find like a natural way that it's an everyday thing that Finland and Kazakhstan are talking and sharing their views and figuring out new ways to cooperate. The main aim is that I would be able to leave this country and seeing that things are actually better than they were before I came.
So you've been living here since your posting. It's almost a year, or like
a little bit over.
A little bit over, yes, exactly. So, what has impressed you so far? What have you learned about this country in terms of its traditions, culture, history? Something that impressed you the most?
No, maybe over the year, what has become apparent is the uniqueness of Kazakh culture as well, and my experience that we have different countries here and different cultures that have their own original backgrounds. And like this painting, I like a lot. So there you have have the spirit of the nomad culture and the role that horses play here still, and like the origins of where the Kazakh people go. And you can still see the spirit, the sort of independence, the sort of peaceful and a collected approach to things, and sort of certain calmness. And I have actually, to be honest, found some similarities to the Finnish culture there as well.
Great,
So
yes.
I've really
like
enjoyed
a lot of
working
symbolism
with
in there.
enjoy working with Kazakh people, and then part of the culture of the nomad culture. What really has struck me is the hospitality, the friendliness of people, and how they are interested, how they are open to hear about my country and my experiences, and people like to invite to their homes and share meals. I've really enjoyed this.
Can you recall us on your first day of arrival here in Astana? What was something that, again, impressed you? What have left something in particular in your memory about this city?
What struck me the first time I now visited Astana after many years is the level of organization, how this city has been planned, how it works. And simply somehow...
You visited it many years ago. So it's like you can compare.
Completely new experience for me. And what I admire is the orderliness and the cleanliness of Kazakh people. That I can see that you respect your surroundings, you respect the environment, and it's here in the city as well. And when you go and visit people in their homes and all this. So I cannot say that it was a surprise, but it made a very strong impression to me.